So I had a realization today that kind of hit me and kind of made me pause because I was trying to come up with something to do for a social media post. And I realized how it's been difficult lately for me to come up with social media posts. And so I was asking myself why. I was thinking about what have I been doing because I've been building something, um, working through a framework, and it's been very logical. Overall, I'm a logical person. I like step by step. I'm not super touchy feely, and yet I am. And this realization is that I have been so much in my head and in the doing lately. I have been trying to check off tasks, creating my to-do list every day and getting things done, which is great. And it leaves me wanting more. And it leaves me feeling like I'm not connected. It leaves me feeling that I it's not fulfilling. And I was like, and it kind of like was a light bulb moment for me because here I am. Here I am. I help people, I help leaders and entrepreneurs like reconnect with their purpose, discover their purpose, understand their purpose, and understand how to get more fulfillment in their life, how to get make more impact, and how to not be so darn tired with all the doing. And I fell into that trap myself. I fell into the trap of, okay, if I can get this done, then when I achieve this, then I want to write my book. When I get this done, I'll have more time or I'll be able to sit and I'll have more headspace to do it. And I just had to laugh because it's it's the same thing. It's the same thing I talk about with my clients. And it just proves that how much this matters, how much the self awareness, having so much understanding how we're wired, what our tendencies are, how our natural leanings, our natural motivations and strengths and motivations, how important they are to understand. Because I got so stuck in the doing that I forgot who I was, that I forgot what I really wanted and what really fulfills me, and I forgot the heart of myself. And it's so crazy to me, because as I'm creating this and I'm as I'm doing all the things, I was like, how many times have I had to remind my clients, who are you being in this moment? And then this is when, as I'm writing and as I'm like praying, I'm like, okay, God, what's next? He's like, who are you being in this moment? And I was like, I'm not being anybody. I'm just doing the things I need to do. And it just kind of it hit me. And I wanted to ask you, are you stuck in the doing? Are you wanting a life that, dreaming of this life, these goals that you have, and yet you like focus on your to-do list, your endless to-do list. You focus on the next thing in front of you, and just when I get this done, I'll have more time. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I in however many years you've been alive, has that ever come to fruition? Has that ever come to pass where you've gotten all the things done and then you can just be? I mean, even heading to a vacation, we talk about like I need to get all this stuff done first. And I think there was once in my life that I was able to get everything done I wanted to get done before I went on vacation, but there were still things that needed like that came up last minute to do. We can do and do and do and do till the cows come home, till the end of times, till we are to the point where we are burnt out, exhausted, overwhelmed, anxious. And that's what triggered for me is I was feeling anxious about getting the stuff done, and it's not coming easily. It's when I sit with things, when I think about them, and when I bring some heart into it, when I think about what God has done in my life, when I think about who I want to be and what I want to be, like who I want to be for my family, who I want to be for my clients, what I want. When I start to think about these things, that's when things start getting easier. That's when to-do lists, I can look at it and be like, okay, well, this is a squirrel project. This isn't actually going to like get me what I want. But instead, when I focus on just getting things done, I get into this rut and where I feel like it's never enough. House is never clean enough. The my meal planning is never done. I haven't been grocery shopping in a week, and I'm like, and my daughter came in and asked, like, what am I making for lunch tomorrow? Because tomorrow's her one day she goes to, her school co-op, her community day, and I'm like, I don't even know. Like, we have leftover fajitas that I made the other night. Why don't you take some of that? I get so focused on getting things done that I forget who I want to be. And I wonder if you're falling into that trap too. And what can you do? What is the simple thing that you can do? And it's funny because even this podcast that came out on Monday, it was talking about 4 things that you can do, like 4 simple things we can do daily to make our day go better. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't done any of those 4 things today. I woke up an hour later than I wanted to. I stayed in bed extra time and just like just scrolled. I didn't follow what I know works for me and what I know has worked for my clients too. Like, we know the things, but then we don't do the things. Is it just me, or am I alone in this, or is this for you too? Um, and so, like, okay, Tammy, like, I get it. What do we do about it? And this is where it's like going back to simplicity of things, going back to who we're being. And my podcast on Monday, I had to remind myself those 4 things, which happened to be start your day intentionally. I did not start my day intentionally when I looked at my phone. Prioritize what matters. I did not prioritize what matters when I realized that I haven't been grocery shopping. And I'm like, even with making dinner tonight, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to make. I'll figure out something, but I'm going to be doing a quick thaw or I'm going to be doing an Instapot or something, but it's not intentional like I want, which means that it won't happen the time I want. We'll probably eat later than I want. Um, I haven't celebrated small wins. I've actually it's Thursday. I've had a couple of things this week that are wins that I have not taken time to celebrate. And then just to end the day well. Just like you start your day intentionally, like end the day well. Now, it's not the end of the day. It's only, we're still mid-afternoon, so I still have a long time before the end of the day, which means that I have the time to take and step back and start again. I have time to start intentionally. This next 2 hours, 3 hours, I can actually turn my whole day around by focusing who I'm being rather than just trying to check things off my list. Is that something that you need to do too? Do you need to take a moment and just ask yourself, like, who am I being in this moment? Does it align with my priorities? Does it align with who God's called me to be? Does it align with what I want and the peace and the joy and the fulfillment that I want in my life? And if you're like me today, where you have the realization, like, no, I've been so focused on doing that I have not experienced life at all. I have not sat with my daughter. I have not sat with my son, and we just like cut up. Like, we haven't. I don't think I've like really laughed this week, which is really really sad because my son is hilarious. He's hilarious, which means that I haven't sat with him and talked with him. They haven't been my priorities. I haven't lived my values. And it's never too late to start. So start to notice. Start to notice what you're doing, what's going on, and then just see like how can I make a change? For me, it's going to be more time sitting and being and being more intentional. For me, it's going to be like, okay, like look at my priorities for the rest of this week and the weekend, and how can I kickstart and get back on track? What is it for you? Do you know yourself? Do you know what brings you energy? Do you know what your priorities are? And I have a tool for you that I created. It's been like probably 3 or 4 years in the making, like this tool that I have been working on. And it is a quiz to ask, like, how well do you know yourself? Because the first step is recognizing. It's understanding, seeing yourself clearly. Where are you? And then seeing where you want to be and seeing what the disconnect is. Like, where is the gap there? And what do we need to do to fill it? What adjustments do we need to make? And so the simple act of just going and taking this quiz will help you get on back on track, will help you understand where you are and where you want to go. And so I want to encourage you. I want to invite you to take this quiz. I want to know what you think about it as well. But take this quiz, 7 questions, probably like 3 to 4 minutes to take. Like, it is a quick. You don't need to prepare. You don't need any information. Like, just go and you take it. It's tammymurraycoaching.com/quiz. That's it. It's really like 7 questions, super simple. But what it will do is will help you understand where you are. And then we'll take steps together to get you where you need to be. And so don't spend another day feeling like you're behind, feeling like you are overwhelmed, that you're anxious. Use that as an insight to like, okay, I need to make a change. And then I know your next question is, I don't even know where to start. This is where you start. This is where we start by understanding where we are and then figuring out where we want to go. So it won't take long. And I know that it will help you because it's helped me, because it's helped my clients. And because I know that when I am focused more on who I'm being and my values and how God wired me, even my productivity is greater. I can do less and it means more. I can do less and it matters more and it makes a bigger impact. And it doesn't steal my energy, but gives me energy. It doesn't steal time from my family, but gives time to my family. So if that's what you want to, take the quiz. If you have any questions, like, reach out to me. DM me on, LinkedIn or Instagram. It's definitely the easiest. But you can on Facebook as well, or send me an email, tammy@tammymurraycoaching.com. But just let's figure out what it means to be us. We talk about authenticity. We talk about wanting to have our energy back and to do things that matter. Well, it's time that we start. So let's start with this. So take the quiz and let's jumpstart and let's start being who God's called us to be. Let's shine our light and just lean into his grace and his goodness and how he doesn't make mistakes. He's made you exactly who you need to be. So let's discover who that is. All right. With that, friend, choose joy until joy chooses you. Thank you for letting me talk this out and realize that I'm going to take the next couple of minutes and I'm just going to be grateful for who he's created me to be and the insights he's given me through that journey. So anyway, with that, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.